Did you know there's a bird that can mimic chainsaws and cameras? Or that high heels were originally designed to protect horses, not people? And what tiny creature can survive in space without food or water? Curious yet? You're about to question everything you thought you knew. Welcome to Weird Fun Facts. Hit subscribe and let's dive in. Number 50. In the 1920s, a time when scientific knowledge was still evolving and the concept of energy drinks was relatively new, Radithor, a radium-laced energy drink, was marketed as a cure for fatigue and other ailments. But instead of boosting health, it poisoned users, revealing the dangers of unchecked health products. 49. Lizards, with their unique survival trait, have a fascinating limitation. They can't walk and breathe simultaneously. This quirk of nature, which makes them pause as they move, is a testament to the diverse and intriguing ways in which life has adapted to survive. 48. In 2013, Detroit's paper shortage led to an unusual problem. The city couldn't issue death certificates, highlighting how lacking essential resources can disrupt critical processes. 47. Iceland is in a legal battle with the British supermarket Iceland Foods over rights to the name. Iceland argues that the chain's trademark limits Icelandic businesses from marketing their products freely. The case continues in EU courts as the country fights to reclaim its identity. 46. Under the 1976 Geneva Convention, manipulating weather to harm another nation is classified as a war crime. This rule underscores the ethical dangers in controlling nature's power, as one wrong move could lead to catastrophic consequences, making us rethink the potential risks of such actions. 45. In 1977, Tina Christopherson, with an IQ of 189, believed that drinking 4 gallons of water a day would cure her cancer. Tragically, this misinformed health practice led to her untimely death, highlighting the dangers of extreme health trends and the importance of informed decisions in health matters. 44. In 2016, an Indian bus driver was killed by a meteorite, the first recorded modern case. This rare, tragic event reminds us of the mysterious and unpredictable dangers that come from beyond our world. 43. A Vietnamese man made a shocking discovery nearly 2 decades after his surgery. He'd been living with a pair of surgical scissors left inside his abdomen, and 18 years passed before the forgotten tool was found. A startling reminder of how even the tiniest oversight can lead to a lifetime of hidden consequences. 42. Imagine never experiencing the pain of a headache. Roughly 5% of people worldwide have this rare gift, going through life without one of the most common discomforts that most of us know all too well. Scientists are fascinated by this resilience, wondering what unique factors might set them apart. 41. Alex, an African grey parrot, was no ordinary bird. He possessed the intelligence of a 5-year-old child, solving puzzles, recognizing colors, and even forming sentences to communicate. His remarkable abilities not only entertained, but also redefined what we think we know about animal intelligence and our connection to them. Number 40. Studies reveal a surprising twist on honesty. People who swear more often tend to be more genuine. Swearing, it turns out, may be linked to expressing our true feelings more openly, challenging the idea that polite language is always the most honest. 39. In the UK, the average woman spends around 17 years dieting, a stark reflection of the societal pressure on body image and the relentless pursuit of ideal health. This statistic not only paints a vivid picture, but also evokes a sense of empathy, showing just how deeply beauty standards shape our daily lives and choices. 38. Jeremy Harper set a one-of-a-kind record by counting to 1 million on a live stream without ever leaving his apartment. This marathon took him an incredible 89 days, with Harper spending up to 16 hours a day just counting. It's a unique glimpse into the lengths people will go for personal challenges and online fame. 37. When the Apollo 11 astronauts faced the daunting risks of their moon mission, they didn't give up. Instead, they devised a clever backup plan, signing autographs as keepsakes, knowing these mementos could financially support their families if something went wrong. This touching example of creativity and foresight under pressure is a beacon of hope, showing that even in the face of crisis, there are innovative solutions. 36. In the 1970s, Basil Brown's carrot juice obsession took a tragic turn. Drinking so much of it, he overdosed on vitamin A, showing us how even the healthiest choices can be harmful when taken to extremes. Brown's story is a cautionary tale about the hidden risks of going overboard with health fads. 35. Atlanta's Peachtree streets are infamous for a reason. With a whopping 71 streets named Peachtree, navigating this maze is a challenge, even for locals. It's a quirky nod to Georgia's peachy reputation, though. Funnily enough, peaches aren't even the state's main crop. Getting lost on Peachtree is almost a rite of passage, showcasing the city's playful spirit. 34. Believe it or not, tomatoes were once feared as werewolf triggers. In the 16th century, some Europeans thought eating tomatoes could turn someone into a werewolf. This bizarre myth captures the intense superstitions of the time and shows how much food has come to mean safety and comfort in our world today. 33. Memory is more fragile than we think. Neuroscientists have discovered ways to manipulate memories so convincingly that they could even make someone believe they committed a crime they never did. This unsettling reality reveals how easily our minds can be influenced, raising significant questions about the reliability of memory in courtrooms. 32. There's a surprising link between bullying and future crime. Research shows that 60% of boys who were bullies in school end up with at least one criminal conviction by the age of 24. This statistic shows how profound bullying's impact can be and the importance of catching these behaviors early. 31. In England, math seems to be a major hurdle. Over half of the adult population has math skills only on par with primary school children, and nearly 60% of parents say it's the most challenging subject to teach their kids. This reflects a massive challenge in math education, highlighting a need for better teaching strategies and support. Number 30. In Fukui, Japan, a solitary dolphin has made waves by attacking 21 swimmers, even breaking bones in some cases. Experts believe it might be acting out from loneliness or frustration, as these dolphins usually thrive in pods. Now, authorities are stepping in to keep swimmers safe and the dolphin at bay. 29. Between 1300 and 1650, Europeans accused thousands of witchcraft, leading to the deaths of over 500,000 people, mostly women, driven by superstition and fear. This brutal chapter in history reveals how far people will go when fear and misunderstanding occur. It was a time when the unknown was terrifying, and those seen as different became the victims. 28. Rats first arrived in North America as stowaways on ships in the late 18th century, disembarking on the East Coast and spreading quickly across the continent. With them came diseases, panic, and disruptions that left a lasting impact. Their spread across North America shows how one small invasion can forever change an ecosystem. 27. Bob Hope kept his wit sharp to the very end. When asked where he wanted his final resting place, he replied, "Surprise me." His last words gave fans one final laugh, perfectly capturing his lifelong humor and carefree approach to life and death. 26. If you've ever struggled to open a package that seemed sealed like a vault, you're not alone. This common frustration even has a name: wrap rage. It's something most people face and highlights how much we need packaging that doesn't feel like a battle to open. 25. While Olympic swimmers seem flawless, there's a less glamorous side to their training and competition. Many admit to relieving themselves in the pool, a surprising detail that reveals the intense realities athletes face in the heat of competition. Sometimes winning means letting go, literally. 24. In a tragic error, Spanish workers mistook a 6,000-year-old Neolithic tomb for a plain picnic table and destroyed it. This heartbreaking loss reminds us how important it is to recognize and preserve our history. One slight misunderstanding cost us an irreplaceable link to the past. 23. An octopus in a New Zealand aquarium decided it was time for an adventure. Like in Finding Nemo, this clever creature found a drain pipe and squeezed right through, returning to the ocean. This example shows how smart and determined octopuses become when they set their sights on freedom. 22. In 2014, a man named Aitab Del Salem found himself stuck in one of America's toughest prisons for 5 long months. Here's the twist. His bail was set at only $2. Yes, the same as a slice of pizza in New York. But he stayed behind bars because, incredibly, no one informed him. This bizarre ordeal highlights just how important clear communication is in our justice system. 21. Did you know that in 1930, a British-based Addis housewares company created the first artificial Christmas tree from brush bristles? That's right. These toilet brush trees were dyed green to bring holiday cheer. It may sound strange, but they were practical, durable, and sparked a whole new way to decorate for the season. Number 20. Americans face a higher risk of dying in car crashes than people in most other wealthy countries. This alarming fact reveals how much improvement in US road safety measures is needed. With safer roads and more brilliant traffic rules, a lot could be done to protect lives on the road. 19. The waterbed, that groovy invention from the 60s, managed to slip right past the patent office. Since a similar idea had already appeared in science fiction, it couldn't be patented. So it became a cultural icon, flooding bedrooms everywhere, without any legal restrictions holding it back. 18. US cosmetics rely on animal testing, impacting the daily beauty routines of millions of American women who use approximately 12 personal care products daily. This practice raises serious ethical questions about balancing beauty standards and animal welfare. 17. Did you know that in rural Australia, 90% of people already feel the intense effects of climate change? From relentless droughts to raging wildfires, these challenges have become a part of everyday life. It's a stark reminder of how urgent it is for the world to step up with real environmental solutions. 16. A lack of motivation at work drains a whopping $500 billion from the US economy yearly. Just imagine the difference if every employee felt truly engaged and valued. A shift like that could spark a productivity boom, transforming workplaces nationwide. 15. At the University of Washington, students studying crows wear wigs and masks to avoid being recognized. Crows have sharp memories and can remember faces for years. If they don't like you, they'll even alert other crows to keep an eye out. 14. In some European countries, everyone is automatically considered an organ donor unless they opt out. This opt-out approach has been a game-changer, boosting organ donation rates and giving countless people a better chance at life. 13. Imagine this. Cuba devised a unique way to settle a $270 million debt with the Czech Republic. Instead of cash, they offered to pay it all in rum. This creative proposal shows how much they were willing to go with an authentic Caribbean twist on international debt. 12. A traditional practice in some Indian villages involves ritually dropping babies from heights to be caught below, which is believed to bring good health and fortune to the children, illustrating the deep cultural roots and beliefs in fate and protection. 11. The record-high drug overdose deaths in 2015, with over 50,000 Americans affected, highlight a severe public health crisis, emphasizing the need for aggressive national strategies to combat addiction and drug misuse. Number 10. The notion that breakfast is the most important meal of the day was crafted by cereal companies in 1944, a successful marketing strategy that significantly influenced American meal patterns and dietary habits. Number 9. Imagine buying a website name for just $20 a year and selling it for millions. In 1994, Chris Clark bought the domain pizza.com for his consulting work. Fast forward to 2008, he put it up for auction, and the bidding went wild, eventually landing him a whopping $2.6 million. Who knew a simple website address could serve up such a huge payday? Number 8. After centuries of mystery, scientists confirmed the existence of an 8th continent called Zealandia. Mostly submerged under the Pacific, it was part of the ancient supercontinent Gondwana. Dutch explorer Abel Tasman noted this hidden land back in 1642. Still, it wasn't until 2017 that researchers officially recognized it as a lost continent. Turns out, there's more to our world map than we thought. Number 7. A simple search like "Are Bengal cats legal in Australia?" could expose you to a cyber attack. Hackers use something called SEO poisoning to create fake, high-ranking links on popular searches, drawing users in. If you click, malicious software like Bootloader can infiltrate your device, risking your personal information. Cybersecurity experts at Sophos suggest always being cautious with your clicks. Number 6. Meet the tardigrade, the tiny creature that can survive nearly anything, even the vacuum of space. Also known as the water bear, this microscopic marvel can withstand extreme temperatures, lack of food, and harsh environments. It's the ultimate example of survival in nature's harshest conditions. Number 5. In the 18th century, pineapples were the ultimate status symbol. They are so rare and expensive that people rent them as decorative centerpieces for parties. Back then, if you had a pineapple on display, it was a clear sign you were living the high life. Number 4. The lyrebird, native to Australia, is an impressive sound mimic. Beyond other birds, it can imitate sounds like chainsaws, car alarms, and even camera shutters. This feathered impressionist shows nature's talent for copying sounds you'd never expect from a bird. Number 3. Believe it or not, high heels started as practical footwear for Persian horse riders, helping them keep steady in their stirrups. Over the centuries, they evolved from horseback gear to one of the most iconic items in fashion today. Number 2. In Meghalaya, India, people have crafted living bridges from the roots of the Ficus elastica tree. These bridges take decades to grow across rivers, but can hold human weight and last centuries. It's an incredible blend of nature and human ingenuity, creating pathways as alive as the trees. Number 1. In the 1920s, con artist Victor Lustig pulled off a jaw-dropping scam by selling the Eiffel Tower, not once, but twice. Posing as a government official, he convinced scrap metal dealers they were buying a chance to dismantle the iconic landmark. Lustig's con remains one of history's boldest hoaxes. That's all for today. Subscribe to our channel for more fun videos.